This is gonna blow your mind. We love a good outlaw story. We cheer for the underdog. That's Robin Hood. He's a hero. He's an outlaw. He's a legend. Robin Hood's story is old, really old. He lived in Sherwood Forest, a symbol of freedom against the tyranny of a greedy king. He stole from the rich and gave to the poor. He had his merry men by his side. They fought for justice and for the common people. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories. Imagine England long ago. Kings ruled, and life wasn't easy for everyday folks. Taxes were high and people struggled to survive. That's where whispers of Robin Hood started. Nobody knows for sure if he was a real guy or just a really good story. But out of those tough times, a legend was born. People needed someone on their side, someone to fight for them. Robin Hood became that symbol of hope. The stories spread through songs and tales. He was a hero who lived outside the law, in Sherwood Forest, a place of mystery and freedom. Over time, the legend grew. Robin Hood became more than just a thief. He became a skilled archer, a cunning strategist, and a true leader. Every good story needs a great villain and a little romance. For Robin Hood, the villain was the Sheriff of Nottingham, a greedy and cruel man who represented everything wrong with the system. The sheriff was all about power, and he'd do anything to keep it. He was the perfect foil to Robin Hood's sense of justice and fairness. And then, there's Maid Marian. She wasn't your typical damsel in distress. Strong and independent, Marian was often found right alongside Robin, fighting for what was right. Their love story added a layer of adventure and passion to the legend. Imagine Robin outsmarting the sheriff, using his wits and skills to outmaneuver the law. Picture the tension between them, the cat and mouse game they played throughout the forest. These stories became legendary. Section 4. The Merry Men, not your average band of thieves. Robin Hood wasn't a one-man show. He had his merry men, a band of loyal outlaws who were just as skilled and dedicated as their leader. There was Little John, the gentle giant and Robin's trusted second-in-command. Will Scarlet, the fiery and impulsive one, always ready for a fight. And Friar Tuck, the jolly and compassionate priest who looked after the spiritual well-being of the group. Each man brought his own unique skills to the table. They were masters of disguise, expert swordsmen, and could shoot an arrow with deadly accuracy. But they were more than just a group of outlaws. They were a family, bound together by their loyalty to Robin Hood and their shared mission of helping the poor and oppressed. They trained together, they fought together, and they celebrated their victories together. They were Robin's eyes and ears, gathering information and helping him plan his daring heists. The merry men weren't just sidekicks. Section 5. Aim. True Robin Hood's legacy lives on. Robin Hood's story didn't end in Sherwood Forest. He wasn't just some medieval myth. His legend lived on, inspiring people for centuries. Think about it. How often do you see Robin Hood in movies and TV shows? He's everywhere, proving his story is timeless. From books to blockbuster films, Robin Hood keeps appearing. Sometimes he's a classic hero, other times he's given a modern twist. But the core of his story remains the same, fighting for what's right, even if it means breaking the rules. Each generation puts its own spin on the legend, but the heart of the story stays the same. Robin Hood represents something we all admire: courage, standing up for the underdog, and fighting against injustice. That's why his story will never get old. Section 6. Stealing from the rich, giving to us. Robin Hood's impact on culture. Robin Hood's influence goes beyond just entertainment. Think about phrases we use today: robbing from the rich to give to the poor. That's Robin Hood's calling card. He's become a symbol of social justice, a reminder that we should look out for each other and fight for a fairer world. He's held up as an example of someone who understood that wealth and power should be shared, not hoarded. In a world where the gap between the rich and the poor continues to widen, Robin Hood's message of economic equality feels more relevant than ever. Robin Hood's story has sparked debates about social responsibility, economic inequality, and the role of government. He forces us to ask ourselves, what would we do if we were in his shoes? Would we stand by and watch injustice happen, or would we take a stand, even if it meant breaking the law? His legacy is a reminder that we all have a role to play in creating a just and equitable society. He challenges us to examine our own values and to ask ourselves if we're doing enough to help those in need. Robin Hood's story has become a part of our collective consciousness. He's a symbol of hope, a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, one person can make a difference.